People you don't know are strangers. They're not always who they say they are.
Going online can be a world of fun. And don't forget you're talking to everyone.
In our survey, we found that more than half of children in our schools use sites where they can talk to other people online.
Over half have their own accounts for sites like Moshi Monsters, Bin Weevils or Movie Star Planet.
We also found that in year 3 upwards, over 1 in 5 have their own Facebook account.
Facebook's own age limit is 13, so most of the other people on it are a lot older than us.
We found that almost 30% of children have talked to someone online who they haven't met before. That means that they have talked to someone without knowing who it is, a stranger.
When we surveyed parents, we found out that they didn't know how much this was happening. Only 10% of parents thought their own child might have ever chatted to someone online they don't know. This is how many parents thought their own child had chatted to a stranger online. This is how many really have done.
Okay, class, settle down. Sometimes people on the internet pretend to be people they're not. Adults can pretend to be children and celebrities. If you ever get a friend request, always check with your parents first. Start your work, class. Run along. It's play. But remember what I said. Be careful.
Miss, I think that's happened to me.
Really?
The other day I got a friend request of David Beckham, but I think it was fake.
So remember that if you are using the internet to play games with other people or chat with them, those people might not be who they say they are. Parents, do you know who your child is chatting with?
Do you want a drink? Yes, please. Oh my gosh, I've got a friend request of Jessie J. What's up with you now? A friend request of Jessie J. Don't you remember top tip number 1? Top tip number 1. People you don't know are strangers. They're not always who they say they are.
Let's find out about the second top tip.
They didn't care about you.
Be nice to people on the computer like you would in the playground.
Woo! I'll help.
Thank you.
In our survey, we asked parents if they thought that cyberbullying should be taken as seriously as any other bullying.
Almost every parent we asked said yes.
When we asked children if they had come across cyberbullying, most of them said they hadn't, but just under a quarter of them said they had.
This could be anywhere on the internet, comments they have seen, things that have happened to people they know, or even to themselves.
It happens more than some people think. Only 2% of parents thought that we would have come across it.
It doesn't mean that it is us doing it. We see things on the internet that have been put there by adults, and some adults aren't very nice to each other on the internet sometimes.
We think they should be more sensible.
Fewer than 1 in 10 children in our survey say they had ever said anything mean on the internet themselves.
But sometimes, even without meaning to, you can upset someone on the internet. It's not bullying, but it can be thoughtless. Everyone who uses the internet should think about what things aren't fair to do and what things are okay.
Should not do on the internet are
demanding that someone tells you their personal information,
Lying about who you are to someone and posting personal information of someone else's.
Swearing in an online game, sending threatening messages.
So if any of these things happen to you, you don't have to put up with it.
Let's find you a boyfriend, Maisie.
Him. Are you muscly?
Bet you he is. Send me a picture of you. He's a right catch. Ew! You're well. Would you say that's someone in the playground?
We all know right and wrong. We just have to remember that they apply online too. Now let's find out about top tip number 3.
I live at...
Stop! Top tip number 3, keep your personal information private.
In our survey, we found out that a lot of children use sites where they can post information or talk to people. We asked children whether or not they would ever put something like where they live on the internet.
Most said they wouldn't, but 1 in 10 said they would. That means they would post where they live for complete strangers to see. Not very sensible.
We asked parents how much they thought children might be posting personal information. Most parents thought that about 5 to 10% might do it. Only 5% thought their own child might have ever posted anything personal, but our survey shows that it is really about twice that.
My name is Lauren. I am 10 years old. Would you like to be my friend?
Stop! Don't you remember what happened last time?
Where is she? She's taking forever. There is no she. I am she. Ow!
I do remember. I can't be your friend. Sorry. Send.
So remember, do not give your passwords, email, usernames or your school.
Can I borrow your toothbrush?
No. Get the message. If someone else got your toothbrush, you would get a new one, wouldn't you? It is the same with your password. Treat your password like you treat your toothbrush. Don't share it.
We need to remember that things we post on the internet might get seen by anybody at all. Even with privacy settings, something might get copied by someone and shared onto others. Now let's find out about the last top tip.
Oh, I'm scared. What should I do?
If you ever get that feeling, you should tell an adult you trust.
Biting your tongue. Always remember to tell someone.
Just under 1 in 10 parents told us in our survey that their children have spoken to them about things that worry them on the internet.
Most children told us that they would tell an adult.
4 out of 5 said that they would, but that means that 1 in 5 might not do.
Part of the reason for that is that most parents are allowing their children to go on the internet in their bedroom.
2/3 of children in our survey told us that they were allowed internet in their bedroom.
That is different to what parents told us in our survey though. Only 10% said they were allowed their children in internet in their bedroom. So why did so many children say they would allow it?
It is because many children have things that they can go on the internet other than computers. Children are using phones, games consoles, tablet computers, iPods and things like that to go online, not just the family computer.
So, if you ever feel that feeling, tell an adult you trust. And don't be embarrassed. Don't feel guilty. It's not your fault.
Don't think that you might get into trouble. Tell an adult they care about you and want you to be safe.
If you have an account on Facebook, Bin Weevils or Mushy Monsters, and you get a friend request of someone you don't know, tell an adult.
You must always tell a parent or adult, because they can help you and put things right.
If you're a parent and your child tells you that they are worried about something on the computer, you can get advice from the SEOP website or from your child's school. You can also use the SEOP website to go directly to the police if you think an adult is trying to trick your child. So children, make sure you tell an adult if there is something that worries you online. In fact, tell your parents all about what you are doing on the internet. They might be interested.
And parents, listen to your children and be careful not to overreact. Make sure you know about COP.
If children and parents talk together about the internet, then everyone is safer and everyone is happier.
Who is cleverer, you or the internet?
78% of our children in our survey, they thought of the internet was being like a big brain that knows a lot of things.
But anyone can put anything on the internet. So the internet has everything that anyone has ever put on.
That includes a lot of things that aren't true.
So just because something is on the internet doesn't make it true.
The internet doesn't have a brain. It doesn't know what things are true and what things aren't. It just accepts everything.
So who is cleverer, you or the internet? You are, because you can think.
So when you use the internet, remember to use your brain too. Think about whether or not you think things are sensible and what you think is right.